Greetings and welcome. I'm Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you're doing well today. I am guided by Spirit. I'm recording this episode on July 10, just gone 7:12 a.m. Trigger warning. The subject matter is of a mature nature and deals with true crime events. All cases are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. So, Daelena Mackay has been pinging on me since yesterday, late yesterday. And this morning, I've actually just completed a private reading, and when I checked my dashboard, her case popped up on my screen here. And she is daughter to a well-known actor. And I did a bit of research. He's been in very popular shows. So, Daelena is discovered here, I believe, on May the 23rd. And she was, trigger warning, some graphic detail. And 3, 2, 1, she was discovered hanging by a red scarf. Now, for whatever reason, that the idea of a red scarf stood out for me. It just stood out, seems odd to me. So let's have a look here on this day. And her boyfriend at the time discovered her, and this, I believe, was just moments away from her 21st birthday, right? So 23rd, so let's have a look here. The first row, 523.5, and let's zoom in. So we've got a double 5 issue here. Now, I haven't gone deep on this yet. I've just done an overview which prompted me to do the show because I believe foul play is at hand. I don't believe this was a hanging. Or let's put it this way, I don't believe it's Daelena. Daelena, I don't believe it's Daelena who has killed herself here. But let's go through it. We got a double 5 standoff here. So there's issues amongst people here. Okay, that's already an alarm bell. This 23.5 would generally would be a soft number, but it also is telling me that there is a community of people involved versus one person, let's say, for an example. So already a red flag on the day, or an orange flag, emotional flag. There's definitely foul play here. There's no other answer for me. We'll go deeper now. Let's see. 28:10:1 is a huge argument. This is where words are said and regretted type words, arguments, fight. So if we go on a interpersonal relationship, domestic situation, I think there's other people involved here as well. So there's a big outburst here. And this is not just Daelena arguing with herself. This is with someone else. Now, this 23.5 is already telling me more than one person though as well. Let's just go into the reflection zone here. So I'm going to say this. I don't believe it's the boyfriend. There is, on the next day, a 24/6, which is about familiarity. So, in the first periphery, in the first periphery of her circle known to her 24/6. Because here on this day, there's a hidden 36/9. That's a murder. There's a hidden murder here. So let's keep that in mind, because I think I'm getting, when I pressed record, I'm getting 2 stories here. There's 2 stories here. So we got a 36/9, but there's an outcome 18/9, and that's a murder in my book. That's not a suicide, murder 9. So if we jump to, so if you're new to the channel, obviously this day here is the murder or discovery, or, the day, the event day. And 72 hours gives us a reflection what transpired, and gives us a summary of events 72 hours later. So what do we have here? The famous staging number, 26/8, staged. So this is another collection of evidence, circumstantial evidence, to tell me staging. This was staged. And we'll note the anomalous of 8s here. Things have gone awry. Things went out of control here. Whatever went down was out of control. Now, I know that might sound obvious in a murder scene, but it can also alert us to someone went out of control, or there's the reason for this crime is because there's a situation that has occurred that has created what is the word I want to use? Which has caused a storm, right? So, for example, if you're dealing with communities or a grouping of people and something goes awry, because there's hints of a group of people here. Familiar. And what do we have here? Higher ups. This was a coordinated situation, in my opinion. But let's go further. The 31/4 is disturbing here. So, for example, now we're accumulating evidence. 36/9, there's a hidden murder, not the one we find. We find Daelena. We find Daelena, 18/9, but there's a hidden 36/9. And yeah, this 31/4 confirms this. That is not a nice number when you're dealing with a crime of murder. This is like decomposition, bodies deceased, corpse, functions have stopped, staging. Now you see here, here tells us something here. So we've got a hidden 39/12/3. This is the ugly numbers where people are abducted and tortured. So on the one level, we're finding, unfortunately, a young lady, 20 years old, deceased, made to look like a suicide, 26/8. I'll put my bottom dollar on it. 26/8 staging. It was staged, set up, but there's a hidden situation happening in the background here. So I believe this may have even gone from this day So we're doing an overnight situation here because I'm picking up evidence on the next day as well, which tells me this would have happened overnight. Gosh, sorry. This would have happened overnight. Because the next day, yeah, and I believe this is the case, because we'll look at both days. What do we see at the start of the day? 27-9. Is a hit. Premeditated murder, 27-9. There are higher ups involved. Look at these big daddy motherfuckers here. Big daddies, the dons. Planned, 22-4, grand master plan of a death. See what I'm saying? And as we saw in the Karen Reed case, here's this 32-5. Which is the breakdown of a grouping, like those little policemen now on the run or getting fired and being indicted. So we have the same situation here, unfortunately, in that there's a group involved here, behind the scenes. You know this familiar number here, these Godfather pricks. That testosterone that's between their legs governs their life, right? Anyway, let's have a look here. May 22, the day before, we have the plan in motion. Remember the plan here, 22-4? Here's the plan in motion the day before discovery. Because what do we have in the middle of the day? The hit. So now let's be clear here. Numerology is not necessarily down to the millisecond of when it happens. But the outcome of this day, so when sun sets, the hit has been done, is what I'm saying. When the sun has set, the hit would have been done. So what do we have here? 35-8 is the confirmation number for 31-4. There's a death here, corpse. It is linked. It's the same outcome as 31-4, and 31-4 is reflected in the zone here. Made to look like a hanging. So what is going on here? Here we have this 26-8, 8, and an 8. So here, like we saw in the reflection day, is the reason why this all went down. The motive. Right here. Oopsie, beg your pardon. I'll trim that not to freak people out. Here's the reason why this has happened. So now, because it's not a staging number here, so what has happened here? There's been a blowout. There's been an argument. There's been fighting, shouting. Things are destabilized here. And if we're now backtracking to understand why did this situation happen, right? So when you get here, something has created this imbalance. Because this imbalance doesn't happen on its own. It's reflected, there's an imbalance, so we need to discover why did this happen? What caused this imbalance? And what do we have here? Hidden murder. There's a hidden murder here. There's been a murder or death of some kind. So look here. 33.6. Now we're going with the hidden, this other story I'm talking about, behind the scenes. On the day that she's murdered herself, 18/9, it's because of a somehow related or knowing of a death. And here's the murder year. Yeah, May 20. What happened in her life around May 20? So this we can take from 19, 20, 21 is where you're going to find the reason this has all taken place. It also speaks of a serial nature, so whatever's been going on is of a serial nature, ongoing. And we got outbursts here, 22. We got emotional outbursts. Something has gone down here tragically. That caused the murder of Daelena Mackay. And I would look May 19, May 20, May 21. Close circle of friends and family. Unfortunately, there's a level of higher ups involved here as well, 37-10-1. Now, every number says something, right? And we get those confirmation numbers. So here's the higher ups. There's the 40, the Dons, the Godfathers. Oops, beg your pardon. Oh, it's gone all the way back. The Dons and Godfathers involved here. So something has gone in the background. And obviously someone was very upset about it. And as a result of being upset about it, because being upset about it, 26-8, confrontationally upset about it, What caused the imbalance? There's a hidden murder here. Something has gone down here, and a plan is actioned immediately. It almost feels like immediately. Pinging. Hit. Death. And I believe we need to look at CCTV footage around May 22 for information. Because you'll note, look at these stack of 8s here as well. This is almost like a perfect murder situation. Well, not really, but they wanted to give the appearance of a perfect murder, right? It's a collective situation in this case. It's not one individual. And here again, this number here, confirmation again, speaks of 2 murders. Now, because this is after the fact, right? After the fact. Here's the fact here, these 2 days. After the fact highlights 2 murders. Grouping, decisions were made. There's a huge outburst here, another outburst, post her outburst even, I would imagine. Gets reduced to a 22. So something is going on in the background here, ladies and gentlemen, and it would obviously require further investigation, but we'll keep our eyes and ears on the case. But I'm getting out for the time being murder or suicide. In my case, murdered, made to look like a suicide. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know that's quite a lot of information. Let's keep an eye on the case, and please let's get your comments and suggestions. Keep us updated. Stay safe, stay alert. See you in the next one. Bye for now.